There we go. This day just really got away from me.
I mean, you look incredible, though.
Oh my god, thanks. I tried a new way of blow drying my hair where I tried to get like curls
Mm-hmm.
and it like kind of worked, kind of didn't.
Yeah.
So
Are you
we'll
going
see.
somewhere? Where are you going tonight?
My dad has been trying to start a Tuesday night bowling league for a while now.
I'm obsessed and I'm moving in immediately.
Well, yeah, he's been wanting to do it, and I keep like not really being able to because we record the podcast on Tuesdays. And finally, I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just see if I can record the podcast earlier, and then we can go bowling at like 7.
I love
so
it.
TBD, we're just gonna leave when I'm done tonight. But yeah, Mike has been trying to get a bowling. It's not really a bowling league. It's more just like our family going bowling.
I'm obsessed with that, and I'm coming. I'm coming immediately. Like the next time I'm there.
Well, if that's what we have to do to get you back here, then hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so there. It's insane.
He keeps being like, when is Nicole coming back? When is the next federal holiday? Like, when is she? Because you just usually are here on federal holidays.
I know.
But I feel like the past couple of times I've been going to you, but
I know.
summer is coming, so
I know it's almost time. I just feel like the holidays are like really tough. Like between like November and like February is like a really tough time. I feel like it's hard to get around. But now we're coming up on the season.
The warm weather is coming. Yeah. That means Cape Cod.
Exactly. Now I want to spend the entire summer. I'm living on Cape Cod this summer.
Yeah.
So you can count on that.
Tuesdays. Mark it down on your calendar.
I'm there. I can't wait. Carly's not invited.
No.
Because she hates bowling.
Sorry, Carly. Yeah, no, she can't come. She can. My mom doesn't love bowling either, but she's bought into the idea of bowling league because we might do our after party
at bowling,
alley.
Right?
So
she's got to start training.
I guess I have to like start.
Yeah.
Like thinking about it and like start practicing. So she's in now.
Yeah, mother of the bride can't be embarrassing.
No, she can't like not do it. Like she has to partake. So that's where we're at.
I'm obsessed with that.
My house.
I'm obsessed with that.
This is living with your parents at 30 years old.
You're not even 29 yet.
Nick's almost 30 though.
I know. You're almost in your 29th year, so welcome to the club.
We're close.
You're getting there.
I am the baby of TGNF.
You are. You are, that's for sure.
One girl, one baby.
Oh, well, you know what?
I mean, I would like to say, everyone, welcome, and look at our faces. Surprise, surprise. If you're listening to this, just wherever you get your podcasts, you can also watch this if you want to, because this is the first time we are putting our podcast up on YouTube.
On YouTube. We're on YouTube, bitches. Smash that motherfucking subscribe button.
Subscribe. Literally like and subscribe.
We got to do some like clickbait cover photo.
Oh my god, you're right. I know.
You'll never guess what these two girls are talking about.
Two girls, one what? But yeah, so yesterday, it'll be yesterday by the time this goes out. Yesterday, we had some very exciting news. It was a rebrand.
Your girls are rebranding.
It wasn't just a rebrand. For the podcast, we did get a new podcast cover photo, which if you guys have been following along on our socials, you saw that we were doing a photo shoot the other week, and that was what that was for. Mm-hmm. So we're psyched about our new cover art. We have all new branding thanks to, you all know her, you'll love her, Riley.
Our queen, our savior, our queen. Our guardian angel.
Our farmhand. We have a new website, we have some new merch, and we have a new partnership. So like it's all coming up TG1F at the moment.
At the moment. I would say 2023 is our year, and we've been saying that for a while now.
Every year we say it's our year.
And every year is better than the last.
You're right.
Every year is better than the last. So are we wrong?
We're not wrong.
No. 2023 is our year. Hopefully we have some other really exciting things coming out of the woodwork as well. We've got some exciting opportunities lined up. I'm just excited to see kind of where this year takes us. And like, I think you and I have really been wanting to put more energy and effort into TG1F and like, knowing what we would be able to do if we like really, really, really put a lot of effort into it. And so I think, after this photo shoot, we've kind of wanted to take a little bit more of a professional spin on it, and really just show the motorsport community that like we're not just a couple of fangirls, and like we are actually very serious about this, and like we're here to stay, so you better get used to it.
Amen. Not that being a couple of fangirls is a bad thing.
No.
We're not two fangirls that are just here for a good time. We're also here for a long time.
For a long time, 100%.
And we have a lot of plans, and everyone, maybe not everyone knows. That's presumptuous.
Everyone knows about everything that we're doing always.
Everyone knows. But you may not know this, but Nicole and I did make Two Girls One Formula into a legitimate business last year. So this is something that we do take really seriously, and we like to laugh and joke and have fun, and that's like the ethos of our brand, but it is a business, and it's something that we take very seriously as a business, and it's something we want to take even more seriously, and we want other people to take us seriously as a business as well. And so, while a lot of our content and a lot of our vibe goes into like memes and gossip and rumors and just like laughing and having fun, like there's definitely a lot that we know that we can do, and plans that we have to really create some awesome content for people and just kind of be the change you wish to see, like be the content that we wish that we had and what we want to see. And I think that we have really unique perspectives on the sport and about how it impacts society and how it relates to pop culture and how it relates to fans, and especially fangirls. And so I think there's a lot that we really want to do and want to put a lot of time and effort and resources into. So this kind of branding change, while we hyped it up, and some of you may not be super excited, like not like okay, girls, relax, you like took a couple photos of yourself, but this is like a really big deal for us, and it's just the culmination of what I feel like what we're doing now really represents who we feel we are and what we feel this business is. I think we started this 3 years ago, and I went on Canva and I found a couple fonts that I thought were fun, and I wrote TG1F and Two Girls One Formula, and then we paid $20 to someone on Fiverr to draw us as cartoons, and we put like almost no thought into our branding because we really didn't think anything was going to come of it, and we've just been surprised ever since. So it was just kind of about time that our branding and our visual aesthetic caught up to where we are now. So that's why this is so important and exciting for us. So hope you guys are also excited for not only this, but what's to come, because this is not like a one-day announcement. This is like the start of
something new.
This is the start of something new. It feels so right
to be here
with you. Anyways, enough being sincere.
Enough of that.
Sincerity is scary.
No, in all reality, like it's just very fun. And like again, you and I started this and we thought it was like nothing, and we were just like starting as a joke, and to like be at an actual photo shoot with our like podium Ferrari Trento bottles,
podium
like
size Ferrari Trento bottles.
Like, the whole time I was just like, this is so silly. Like, this is so silly.
Like, this can't be serious.
Like, it was just so silly. And, like, to think we were just like, we started this because we wanted to not be horny on Maine. Like, at the end of the day, we were like, we don't want to be horny on Maine. And we wanted to just post hot photos of Danny and Charles to the story and, like, not bother our entire following list. And now look where we are. It's just, like, so funny to me.
It's so funny, and it's just so, it just feels so right. Okay, and now I keep thinking of High School Musical lyrics now. Everything I'm saying is
I know. It's fine.
Why is this feeling, what is it? What is that? It's like, why does this feel so wrong when it's so right? No.
I don't know. You can bet on it, though. You can bet on us.
I gotta stick to the status quo and just stop trying here. Okay.
Enough about our branding. You guys can go look at the photos. Tell us if you like the vibes we have. We do have a couple new pieces up on the website, which are really exciting.
So fun.
A world tour hoodie with all of the different races on the back. Very, very fun. Some new driver pieces to reflect Piastri, DeVries, Sargent, and Hulkenberg. Thank you. And
Brunch Club.
And Brunch Club is up.
Brunch Club is up, which actually ties into the partnership that we launched as a part of our rebrand. We're so excited about it. You guys know that brunch is such a huge part of what makes Two Girls One Formula. That's really where we started. That was like the first piece of original content that we ever did. That was like our thing, was that we cooked recipes based on where the races were taking place, and we made themed brunches, and it's just something that we love to do, and it's something that our community and you all have seemed to really enjoy. So this is just going to kick it up a notch. So we are partnering with Party Trick to bring F1 brunches to the masses. So I feel like you can think of Party Trick as like your own personal event planner in your back pocket. Like Nick described it the best way, where he was like, it's basically a cookbook for throwing parties.
Yeah.
Like, they give you all the ingredients, all of the recipes, all the steps, all the things that you need for you to then go and throw a party. And so we worked with them on our first party is live on the website. It's called Brunching in Bahrain, and you guys can use that for this weekend. It has all of your recipes that you know and love from us, drinks. It has different decor items that we recommend that you can get for like a really nice themed but really elevated brunch party. There's merch that you can get, there's tips and tricks, there's playlists, there's really everything you need to throw an amazing party. So Party Trick is $9 a month to sign up, or I believe $89 a year, but with code TG1F right now you can get your first month free. You can also do a month-by-month subscription, but with code TG1F you get a month free. So you guys can go on, and not only can you use the TG1F brunch parties that are on there, but you can check out all of their other parties. So we're really excited to be working with them and kind of up-level our brunch content, because we'd be loving to throw some parties.
We love it. I know.
I love a themed party most of all.
I'm like excited. I want to check out their Oscars themed party, because you're going to be here for the Oscars. We're hanging out for the Oscars. So like,
we have to do it.
Obviously you and I love to throw a themed.
Here's what I'm thinking we should do for the Oscars.
Okay, tell me.
We should throw this party, and we should invite some people over for our Oscars party. But everyone has to come dressed in like a gown. Like, you have to come dressed. Everyone has to go to like Goodwill and get like
you're coming to the red carpet.
Yeah, and we're gonna interview everyone driving to our party and be like, "What are you wearing?
Who are you wearing tonight?"
Who are you wearing tonight? What thrift store did you go to today? That's the dream.
I love that. My one friend Maria had a birthday party one year, and it was the Met Gala, and she did it very similar. We all dressed up, and she interviewed and took photos of everyone, and it was really fun.
Done deal.
Okay, done. Signed, sealed, delivered. We're doing it.
If you guys are in New York, wait for your invite.
You'll be hearing from us.
Well, you know what we haven't done yet? We talked all about our new branding and who we are, but we didn't tell anyone who we are yet.
Well, I'm hoping at this point, like, we're just like so recognizable that like you're listening to you're listening to TG1F with two girls, or TG1F and F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole. Like, you should already know that.
And for people that are watching and maybe haven't seen our faces before, which is crazy, but I am Kate.
And I'm Nicole.
And those are our voices, and these are now also our faces. Okay, we have some fun stuff to talk about today other than our rebrand, don't we, Nicole?
Yeah, we do. We had a busy... I mean, like, the season is starting. Like, here we go.
The season is here.
It's here.
The season is here. Okay, take a poll. Take a vote. Just the two of us. Should we start by recapping our helmet discussion from last week and showing each other the helmets that we designed for each other, or should we start with Drive to Survive? Drive to Survive is just going to take a while. So.
Yeah, let's start with helmets, because I want to make sure we get this in.
Yeah, me too. And this is perfect timing that this is going on YouTube, because people will actually be able to see it. Like, I did mine on Canvas, so I can share my screen.
We love that for you.
See it.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I drew mine.
Ooh.
I did mine.
You did a back of the helmet.
I did, because it was missing. It was missing, and so I just went in there and did it myself.
Does that say Snoop?
Don't look. Okay. So on the top here, we have Mom Spaghetti, and it said, if you had one shot, would you let it slip? Is that no? Would you capture it or would you let it slip? Obviously, lose yourself. Okay. And then a plate of Mom's spaghetti on the crown.
On the crown of my head, I got mom's spaghetti on the top of my head, not on my sweater already. On my mom's spaghetti on my head already.
Okay, Andy Milanakis. And then on the front we have, also your helmet is fully teal to represent your childhood bedroom. Okay.
Oh my god, thank you.
And then we have Shrek. It's Shrek ears.
Shrek ears. Stop.
And then I did some strawberries up here on the strip, because I know you love strawberry shortcake.
Oh my god.
Title sponsored 2 chicks.
I'm screaming.
And then here, this is just would represent the ocean, because you live on Cape Cod. Okay.
Okay.
And then on this side of the helmet, we have the 1975 box. It would be white. It would be like neon, but I couldn't draw it neon.
Draw that, yeah. No.
Totally. And then on this side, you have some petunias.
That's what you were asking.
To represent your nickname.
Dead.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then on this side, we have the French flag, but I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. That's actually, I think, the Dutch flag.
The Madagascar. Oh.
No, it's the French flag is it's horizontal, or it's vertical, not horizontal. I am stupid. And so I started drawing it, and I couldn't really fix it. So I was like,
why
that's
are you making
fine.
Me French
for Les Mis. Do you hear the people sing? Our favorite musical.
I was like, where is France coming from? I thought it was gonna be like the Madagascar for Charles, but
no. To hear the rally cry of the people. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. And then I did sunflowers on this side for me. Our little matching flowers. Okay. And then on the back, title sponsor Snoop Slime. And then you have a little heart PJP for good luck for Pope John Paul.
I gotta keep the Pope with me.
Yeah, yes, you do. Now that we know that he is like the patron saint of safety, you have to.
Oh my god!
You have to have that thing on you.
That was incredible, Nicole. Like, that was literally.
Now let me tell you, I sat in my bed and I did this before I went to bed, and it was so calming and cathartic. I was like, I'm gonna start like coloring every single night before I go to bed.
I mean, you do love.
I love an art project.
So, all right, hold up for a second. Mine is going crazy right now. having a little technical difficulties. I'll be with you in 1 second.
Okay.
I just have to white out something that decided didn't want to be whited out. I think that after this, like, honestly, I told Riley, I am Canva's, like, I just feel like I should be their sponsor. Like, I'm their success story. I am absolutely Canva's success story. Like, I do everything on this freaking app. Okay. All right. Are you ready? I'm going to share my screen.
Where were you? Where were you when I was community managing on LinkedIn and I needed people to post all their projects? You should have hopped on that.
I mean, I think I did.
You were in Nicole's moles for sure.
I was. Right. Waiting for this to share. Can you see it yet?
Nope. Okay, there we go. Okay, look at how fun. See, I wasn't able to accomplish this with my medium, but love.
You got the point across for sure. So I did an all pink helmet because I think that's very you. Mm-hmm. And I also tried to make like all of the aspects somewhat pink. So this first side of the helmet is all about like nature and travel and like the things that you love. And so we've got a little passport here because obviously you and I are going to be doing a lot of travel together. Mm-hmm. We've also got like a Polaroid because you love your Polaroid camera, and we're going to be, it says make good memories. We're going to be doing a lot of that, and we already do. We also have this that's like, it's just travel. It's like a little stamp. Mm-hmm. I also have Jurassic Park, your favorite
obviously
movie, mm-hmm. and dinosaurs. Like, I know that you love dinosaurs. I have a galaxy in the background here because
you
love space. You love space. Mm-hmm. I have Cassiopeia because your freckles make Cassiopeia.
Mm-hmm. Right? Want the tattoo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to do it. So I feel like that was very, like, I had to have that in there. And then I obviously have Mount Remiel.
A whale.
On here.
Oh.
What?
Yes, obviously. I was jumping ahead to the whale, sorry.
You were, yeah, no, but I am still focusing on like the star theme here. So the 3 stars in the mountains from ACOTAR, obviously. That's me, you, and maybe Carly. That's friends. Obviously the whale.
No, that's you, me, and Nick.
So true. Yes. The whale tail, because obviously that's your tattoo. And my tattoo, that's our matching tattoo. So
I was gonna draw a whale on here too, but I was like, am I doing too much? But I also was thinking about a whale. Okay.
And then I have some trees because obviously we talked about on the podcast, I think last week, like you love to be walking through nature. Mm-hmm. And so I put some trees on there and some animal footprints because you love animals. I was thinking about putting David Attenborough on here, but I just didn't.
I like the animal footprints. They work.
I think they're cute. And then on the other side of the helmet over here, really leaning into like music and like fandom for you. Like the first side, I feel like was very much like your core, like personality, like loves, but this is like fandom Nicole. So at the bottom I have the like kind of iPod thing, Spotify thing that shows that you're playing, most likely our podcast, obviously. I have a 3 obviously for Danny Rick. He's also your title sponsor. Like, yeah, I didn't actually do title sponsors, but if you did have one, it would be him. F1 Direction, combining 2 things in here. Punk's Not Dead. Obviously, you're a big punk gal for your whole life, so I had to get that in there.
I was gonna put it's not a phase on mom on here as well.
I tried so hard to find that on Canva, but I couldn't. So
I'm glad we were both. I'm glad we were both in that mindset.
Yeah. Some ticket stubs because you love to go to concerts and you're just like always going to shows and you used to skip school for them. Like that's a big part of who you are. Some stickers from the TG1F collection. Obviously a little FEA again. Obviously, sponsor there, and some sound waves for listening to music or a podcast or something. And then up here, The front is like, I mean, just a combination of what we've got going on the sides. Plus, I added a little peace sign because peace out, baby.
Obviously.
And then the top of the helmet, I have our "See You on the Internet" sticker because we're the title sponsor. I am
obviously
title sponsoring you.
Yeah.
I am your title sponsor always. And then our favorite phrase, "Just have fun."
Just have fun. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I love it so much.
You should just be having fun.
Yeah, obviously. I'm not there to win. Let's be clear. In this case, I'm there to have fun.
Exactly.
I'm there to get my bag and have fun.
So that's your helmet.
I love it. This was so fun.
Like it just felt very you. I felt like this is Nicole.
I love it.
This is how I see you.
I love it so much. This was so heartwarming.
I know. Oh, we're such good best friends, aren't we? We just know each other.
Just two best friends.
Can communicate with just a look.
Lillian.
Okay, I am also, guys, in the out of context post for today's episode. We will include the helmet design thing that we used for this so that everyone else can design their own helmets and share them with us. It'd be really fun.
I think
do one for your best friend.
Yeah, if not on the thing, because the picture size might be different, so sometimes small. That's a pain in the ass. We'll post on stories and link out to the image, and then you can go and save it.
Fair enough.
We'll do it that way.
Fair enough. But
all right,
that was really fun.
That was so fun. I can't wait to see everyone else's designs.
Me too. Okay.
Drive to survive. Time. Let's go. We can finally talk about it.
Finally. We literally watched the first half of the season like a month ago.
I know.
I've been dying.
Like, I literally had to cut out from one of our earlier podcasts when we were talking about the Grammys and we were talking about who was going to be like who liked who, and then we gave Carlos Bad Bunny because we were like, well, obviously Carlos said that he's Latino, and I forgot that was in Drive to Survive. So I was like, I gotta cut that out. But yes, I'm so excited to have finally watched all of it. That little, the first half of the season was just not enough for me, to be honest. No. So I'm glad we got a full 10 episodes. And this season was, as Chris Harrison always says, the most dramatic season yet.
I mean, it opened with a bang. Like, it opened with probably the most dramatic scene of the whole season. I mean, unbelievable. Like, okay, we have to talk about it. The team principals meeting.
Literally.
To be a fly on the wall.
Well,
don't you wish that you could be a fly on the wall? A sneaky little, creepy little fly on the wall. All their precious secrets, yeah. You know them all.
Like, I think at this point, I have to believe that Toto and Christian are kind of playing it up. Like, I have to believe.
They have
like,
to be.
I feel like Toto is restrained enough to not really act like that. I think that he's doing it for the entertainment value.
He has to be. Here's the thing that I wonder, actually, personally. Do the drivers make money off of Drive to Survive? Like, do people that appear in Drive to Survive make any money off of it? And do you make more money the more screen time you have in it? Like, the more that you are in it. So, like, could that be why Toto and Christian?
If I had to guess, probably not. I would say that Netflix probably pays Formula One for access. And especially now, maybe the first season, like Formula One, like, paid Netflix, but I feel like now, because it is such a revenue driver, I feel like they probably pay F1 for that access, and to be able to use the footage.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. I think it's probably in their contracts that they have to appear on Drive to Survive.
I was like, what's the point of? I mean, I guess you just get more notoriety, but
I mean, what do you say in the biz? All press is good press.
Oh. I was like, it's showbiz, baby?
No press is bad press? I don't know.
A lot of biz. Press.
So I think this season was definitely more of a reality show than like an educational material.
They took a lot of liberties.
Yeah.
They took a lot of
even in that team principals meeting, I sent you the video and I said, notice the screen behind Christian. The conversation is not happening in sequential order because it's cutting from, there's a DJ behind him on the screen to the F1 opening sequence and then the DJ again and then later in the F1 sequence. And so it's like, obviously they're using creative liberties to make it more entertaining. So I'm curious about like what conversation was actually happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so funny to me because it's like Toto looked like such a baby.
They did not do him any favors.
No.
There. Like, they did not make him look even slightly rational.
Not at all. He literally was having a temper tantrum. He's like, I have it printed out. I have Checo's words printed out, hanging in the motorhome.
Like, I'm throwing darts at it. It's those quotes are next to a photo of your head, Christian, and that's what target practice at. Like, it was okay. And I just thought, like, after that, for like, who was it? I think it was Mattia. Was like, I did not expect that from Toto.
Yeah,
I was like, even like all of the rest of them were like, what is going on?
Like, I feel like you looked at their faces and they were kind of like, is he having a mental breakdown? Is he having a mentee right now?
It's like when you're in class or you're somewhere and someone is just like arguing with the teacher or doing something that you're all like, this is so embarrassing for them. Like, you're feeling like really bad, like
secondhand embarrassment. Yes,
that's what all the other team principals were feeling for Toto. Like, they're like, this man is like embarrassing himself, and like, that's crazy. I feel so awkward.
Let's be clear though, Christian had his fair share of secondhand embarrassment moments in this season as well, though.
Absolutely.
When he was talking, he was like, we have not gone over the budget cap. He's like, they are slandering us. That is lies. And then it's like, next scene. Well, looks like...
Well, it looks like we went over the budget cap.
It was just so funny to me because I was like, bro, like, you're dying on this hill. Like, you are dying on this hill that you did nothing wrong. And like, I appreciate it, but like, we all know how this turns out. So like, you got caught.
It was also funny watching it because, like, we were in the paddock in Austin.
Yeah.
During, like, that whole thing. And in the show, they found out about that they had gone over the budget cap. And then after that was when Dietrich died. And they had to, like, call everyone. But I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Because everyone in the media center just, like, up and ran. Everyone's, like... They're gathering around
the entire
Red Bull just called an entire like full team meeting. Like, it's probably about the budget cap, but it wasn't. It was about Dietrich dying, and it took like 3 more days until we found out about the budget cap. So I mean, obviously, like, they probably learned about it before we did that they broke it, but I'm still like, I wonder if that actually happened then, or if that was one of like the creative liberties that they took. Because I just remember that being like, oh my god, they definitely just heard about the budget cap and shit's going down.
Yeah.
And it was actually like sad.
I know. That was crazy. I know there was like one scene where they shot the media, like the
oh my god, the press
conference, and I was like, we're right there.
They were shooting like over our shoulder. I know. Like, they were shooting like right over our heads. I was like, we could have been in this and it would have been sick. We would have been in the freaking media center. It would have been so cool, but they really screwed us out of that.
Yeah, and that's fucking fake as fuck of them. I was mad, but I was like, the whole Austin, any scene in Austin, I was like, pause.
Freeze frame. Like, looking at that magnifying glass, I was like, sad.
But I think that there were so many, like, I think one of the things that I found most disappointing about this season was the lack of like coverage on a lot of the drivers. Like, I felt like like everyone kind of got left out. Like, we got no Bottas, we got no Albon, we've got no like Ocon or we had no Seb. his last season, they like talked about his Instagram post and that was it.
They didn't even do that for Kimmy though either. Remember, like Kimmy retired and they didn't even have him in the season 1.
But I feel like, I don't know if it's like, because Kimmy Kimmy didn't really care about that, but I feel like Seb was such like a mainstay.
Like he didn't really
maybe
want to. I don't know. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt that like they wanted to do a storyline, but I mean, to be fair to them, there are so many storylines that happen in this sport that like for a 10 episode series, like you just can't.
I can't believe they left out the Max Checo feud. Like, arguably one of the most dramatic.
Are you kidding me? I can believe it. They just got Max back in the chair.
So true.
Interviews, like they couldn't put him on blast.
He only did like one interview though, so it was like not even really worth it. And
whatever, they got him back, and I think it was probably a trial run. He's like, I'll see how I like myself in this season and see if you get me.
I was like, that was the most like drama filled weekend around.
You know what I wish that they did more?
What?
Monaco. And all the drama that happened in Monaco.
Yeah.
Because we know some shit. They should have brought us in as correspondents for the Monaco episode.
I know.
Because, following Checo, and he wins, and then it cuts, and I was like, Checo's about to get in some hot water right now.
There's about to be some tea swirling about.
We're not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, I guess.
No, because they literally suck Christian's dick. Because he's the only one who does interviews anymore.
Yeah. Also, what I thought was really weird was how much Louisa we got.
Yeah.
And the fact that, first episode, they, came in with Lando being like, yeah, I've got a girlfriend now, Louisa, things are really great. And I was like, they broke up before this even was done filming. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like they probably should have edited that out. So that just goes to my theory that they're not actually broken.
Or they didn't break up on bad terms. Right?
I feel like they would, Lando would have been like, listen, me and my girlfriend aren't together anymore. Don't use that. That would have been such an easy scene to cut. It wasn't even anything. It was literally just them, driving in a car.
Yeah.
But we got so much Louisa. We got a little bit of Carmen. But got, no other wags.
There was Kelly. We saw Kelly.
A little bit.
We saw Susie.
A little
no
bit.
Speaking roles, obviously.
No. We usually get a little bit of Charlotte, but, they broke up. But I'm like, she was there all the time.
I saw half of her in one of the Austin scenes just because I knew what she was wearing.
I saw half of But, we didn't get any Lily because we didn't get any Albon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I'm just like... Tiffany was such a big part of the season.
I know.
Couldn't get a little bit of her.
I know.
That's what was annoying to me.
That's why I think
just showing the one girlfriend that's not a girlfriend anymore.
I know this. I don't think this was my favorite season.
No,
especially that Danny montage at the end. I literally cried. It came on the screen, and when they were like, "How do you feel that this could be the last time you sit in this chair?" And he's like, well, what are you going to do without me? What is the show without me? And then it cuts to the very first scene of Drive to Survive where he's like, I'm Daniel Ricciardo and I'm a car mechanic, which is how the whole series kicks off. I literally was like,
I know.
I couldn't breathe. I was just like, this montage is going to fucking wreck me. And it did. And
I will say a portion of it that I loved though, outside of Danny, was Pierre and Yuki. There was a lot of Pierre and Yuki.
There was.
Content. A lot of it. And I loved that. And I feel like Netflix is probably fucking damn it that Pierre is leaving this, because they were grooming them to be the next comedy duo.
Yeah, next
Danny gone.
Sonny and Cher.
That's why they said they thought Pierre could carry the show.
Yeah.
They said Pierre was going to be the next star, but he won't be without Yuki.
Him and Esteban are really gonna have to. They're really gonna have to go to couples therapy and solve that friendship crisis, because they have
figure it out.
They have a lot of content to create.
So much content.
I know we didn't get like we really didn't get that much Charles or Carlos either. Like,
I know.
I feel like they really focused a lot on the team principals this season, which is like fine. But
oh my god, Nicole. Speaking of the Gunther Matthias,
I was like, what are you? I know, iconic. Didn't we talk about a little bit about it last week? Because we said we wanted to recreate the road trip.
Yes. But like now we can talk about the whole thing, and like I'm obsessed that they're best friends. I'm obsessed that they like we just got so much content of them throughout the season of them like talking and hanging out. I just am like, everyone loves Gunther.
I know.
Everyone loves Gunther.
He's just an unproblematic king. Like, he's just there. He's trying to do his job.
He just like
they're like,
shits on everyone, is like so sarcastic and mean to people, and everyone just loves it.
They're like, oh, do you think that you're gonna have problems with Kevin this season? He's like, I don't think we're gonna have any problems with Kevin smashing my doors.
Like, and then when Kevin comes back and he's like joking with him and making fun of him, he's like, oh, what do you forget how to put on your helmet after your year-long vacation?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you fired him. Like, this was not his choice.
Yeah, the mechanics are like, glad to see you didn't get too fat. You don't fit in the seat anymore.
I'm like, guys, he was fired. Like, he was unceremoniously let go. This was not like his choice, and Gunther just keeps making fun of him for like not having driven for a year, and I was like, that was good.
Yeah, and then he really crushed it though.
I know, I'm kind of sad that they didn't do a lot around Brazil. Like Kevin winning the sprint. Right?
Yeah.
No, he didn't win the sprint.
Yeah, he did.
He got pole position.
Oh, right.
George won the sprint and the race.
Right.
That's going to be really fun for the YouTube video that everyone just gets to watch you sneeze.
Without audio?
Yeah.
This is the problem with doing video, and because it's like I have to actually edit it.
I do wish, and I've really liked. We are skipping around so much. These are just like off the cuff thoughts.
Yeah,
I did love when they had Checo finding out that Seb retired. Like, that was so funny, and I kind of wish they did that with all of them.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when they all found out that F1 was racing in Vegas.
Yes.
And I was like, why could you guys not have done this for everyone? It was so funny.
I loved when Alonso was like, I'm still the bad guy. He's like, I'm the anti-hero. I'm the bad guy.
It was like, hey, Taylor.
And I need, I'm going to try and figure out how to do this. Alonso going, I'm the bad guy. And then it's going to go into Billie Eilish's duh. And then it's going to be bad guy. I have the vision in my head. I just have to figure out how to execute that on video.
Love that for you.
You heard it here first, folks. So if anyone else does it, they stole it from me.
Us.
TM, 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 okay?
TM, TM, TM.
I also really, really, really loved that bit where they were talking. Where were they? Oh, it was in Austin. They were talking to Danny. And Carlos was like, oh, is your horse here? And he just goes, nay. Like, so fucking good. So fucking good. So quick. He's so funny. And I'm going to miss him so much.
And he's like, yeah, did you see him? He had a name tag. Horsey McHorse.
It was just... Like... I love that. I love him. I love them. I love all of them so much.
Here's an issue that I have with people in the community at large right now. And that's that people started a rumor. And we want to start a rumor every now and again.
we can't throw stones when we live in glass houses.
People started a rumor that Cyril was in this season and told Danny, I told you not to trust that.
Yeah.
When that was an older man that was at least 40 pounds heavier than Cyril and far less attractive. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry to that man. Like,
also, they were speaking Italian together.
Yeah. I was like, What do you?
Who was the journalist who wrote that article who thought it was Cyril? And then also who fact checked that article and said, yes, that is Cyril, because words need to be had with you and you need to get your eyes checked.
And how did you see this yet? Like, I'm upset because I was waiting for that time. And then it was just some random dude.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, we're getting the clap back of the century.
The century.
And then we didn't. And I was like, well, great. So disappointing.
I was so mad. So that's the bone that I have to pick with the community at large.
Perez's photo shoot was so funny too. Like when they were doing that one, I think they were doing the AlphaTauri photo shoot, like they were wearing clothes. Mm-hmm. It was just so funny to see the photographer like hyping up Perez. It was just, he was like, yes, you're killing it. You're doing great. You're giving. And I was like, that was me and Kate at our photo shoot the other day.
We were better models.
100%.
I would have to say, I would have to toot my own horn on that one. You know what we didn't get a lot of though? We didn't get a ton of like cheesy Will Buxton quotes.
Well, the people have had enough, apparently. They said
people have had enough.
No more Will. You said everything that needed to be said.
He did say a couple, like he had some words that I wrote down that I was just like he said the word skullduggery and which I was just like, why are you saying this? And then he started off like at some point in episode 2, he was like, it's really physical. And I was just like, what is? I was like, all right.
You're like, cool, sure. Great. Yeah, that's making me feel uncomfy.
So funny. But I just feel like we didn't get a ton of like classic Will lines.
Yeah.
But I think that goes along with your point earlier that it wasn't really like an educational series.
This one, we've learned everything that we can learn about the sport, apparently.
Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, I wish that they did more. Like, I wish that they brought in more learning aspects. So here's a comparison, is that I did watch the 2 other box-to-box Netflix shows, Full Swing and Point Break. Mm-hmm. And they both felt a lot like season 1 of Drive to Survive, obviously, but they did a lot of like education, and it was really fun and enjoyable, and I felt like I learned a lot, and I just kind of like miss that vibe on Drive to Survive. Like, I miss when they would like explain things or be like, this is, round. I didn't love how they like skipped around so much on the races, but I also wish that they were like, all right, and we're at our 18th out of 20 races this year, or like, I just feel like there was no concept of time, or like concept of rules, or concept of, and even when they did, like, they would show the championship leaderboard or like whatever, like moving, but it was so fast, and I just wish that they would like explained a little bit more about that, because like I know what it is, but also if I'm gonna have someone start to watch this show and they're just gonna start at season 5, like, I feel like they need a little bit more education. Like, I feel like Netflix is assuming that everyone that's watching the new seasons has watched all the old ones. Mm-hmm. And I think they shouldn't do that. I think that's what's going to make Drive to Survive and new fans plateau. Yeah. I feel like if people are trying to get into it now, because 5 seasons is a lot to catch up on. Like, that's a daunting amount to watch for some people.
That's 50 episodes.
Yeah. So I'm like, if they want people to pick this up and continue watching and continue becoming new fans, they have to add in a little bit more education into these new seasons. Yeah. Even if it's like at the beginning of the season, they do almost like a recap episode, or like they do like F1 101 for like the first portion, and it's like Jenny Gow and Will Buxton kind of going through the general baseline rules of F1, and then we get into like how the season plays out based on that. Yeah. I don't know. That would be my note.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think we're already seeing a lot of people start to plateau, even people who are like excited about the season. I think the season left a lot to be desired. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I didn't hate it. I don't, like I said, I don't think it was my favorite episode, but or my favorite season, but I consume F1 content like it's my job.
Because it kind of is.
And so I still really enjoyed it. And I'm going to give it another watch. I think to be able to pick up on a lot of the things I didn't catch before. But Christian just sometimes grinds my gears. And so just have this be a heavy Christian episode or season is tough for me.
Yeah.
Also, now I can't stop noticing that Jerry only wears white. Like it's so culty and it's so weird. Like I need to know like what the thought process is behind this. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. So like every time you see her, you're like, why? Okay, Virgin Mary, settle down.
She's like, I'm showing you where I stand on the Madonna whore complex.
Literally. Okay, any final Drive to Survive thoughts?
I mean, I think my final thoughts on Drive to Survive are I do hear people's complaints and I understand where they're coming from. And I think with a sport that has such a dedicated following and such a dedicated fan base, there's a lot of different things that people want. Like people have very different ideas of what the series should be and what it should focus on and what the outline of the show should be. But F1 is so complex and there are so many different things that happen in a given season and in the off season that they have to account for too. And there's just so many different stories that can be told that I think I give the Netflix box to box crew credit for distilling what they think is going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the point of Netflix is entertainment. Like F1 is entertainment, but Drive to Survive is pure entertainment value, and I think they do a good job at distilling that. And I think there's always things that we could argue that could be better, but
I agree.
I think they do a good job for what they give us. You're waitlisted, aren't you? Did we just get the same email at the same time?
What if I killed myself? Anyway, continue on.
Yeah, we got the same email at the same time. I wasn't going to bring it up. And then I saw your face and I knew what happened. Okay. Let's talk about testing. Testing happened this weekend.
Testing did happen this weekend.
If there's one thing that happened, it's testing. Here's the thing about testing is I don't care.
Yeah.
Really about like what's actually happening. Like I just enjoy the sights, the sounds. Like
that's my white noise. Like put it on the background.
Literally.
And I want to hear
that is your white noise because that is what puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
Literally. But I feel like testing is just exciting for me because I just enjoy seeing like live track action and live paddock action and garages and people are there and like it's just exciting to know that like F1 is coming and like there's new live content. But like I don't trust testing at all. I don't trust the results. I don't trust that people aren't sandbagging. I don't trust anything about testing. So I don't really actually pay attention to testing whatsoever. Although
McLaren.
The one thing that I will pay attention to.
It's not looking good for McLaren this season. At least right now. And the reason I don't think that they're sandbagging is the report from Will saying that he saw Lando get out of the car and punch the wall.
Yeah.
In their garage. Great. So it's not looking great. And all I have to say is that I know Danny is swimming in his $22 million payout, being content creator for Red Bull, and secretly plotting Checo's downfall so that he can be driver number 2 this season. And Danny's going to pull once he gets in that Red Bull car, he's going to pull that scene from Ricky Bobby where he drives by and he flips McLaren off and he says, real nice. We got it at Target. We got it at Walmart. I don't remember which one. And that's how it's going to go down. In my mind, that's exactly what's happening.
Exactly. That was a very fun, dramatic piece of testing.
Yeah.
For sure. I also love to see that Zhou went fastest one day.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. I love those little like surprise fast laps from people that you don't expect them from.
Haas confidently in the midfield.
Love to see
Aston Martin power rankings pretty high.
I know Alonso was doing really, really, really well. But you know what I did find interesting a lot about testing this year is I feel like I just learned a lot. Like I was learning about new things that they do. I was just looking up more things like FlowViz paint. And I was like, why is the Aston Martin spray painted even limey or green? And I was wondering about it, and then it was FlowViz paint, which I hadn't heard of before because I don't really watch testing that much. But FlowViz paint is basically you take this like neon green paint and you slather it all over the car, like thick, and then you drive the car, and immediately after, and you see kind of how the paint moved, like how the wind, like the air moved it, and that's how you figure out the aerodynamics of the car.
Aerodynamics,
which I just think is like really cool. So I was just like paying attention to those little things that I don't usually look at, which was really fun this year.
Yeah.
You know what else? The point in my fandom that I like kind of get it now. Like I kind of get more of the technical stuff, so I'm like I can dive in a little deeper on this.
Yeah. Speaking of technical things, I saw something that was really cool. That was McLaren has like 61 sponsors this year, which is crazy. And so they're testing like Kindle like technology.
Yeah.
Where they have panels on the car. And I think they said they only weigh like 90 grams, like very, very light. But basically it rotates like a sponsor like every lap or something like that, or every part of the lap. And they're also testing it on the helmets, which is like,
ooh, yeah, that'll be
so
really, really
interesting
cool.
and so cool to be able to like see tech be involved in like a new way, right? Because like you kind of think about how in baseball and basketball and stuff, there's like green screen sponsors where like they change throughout the duration of the game. So to have this be like a more physical kind of value add is like really, I'm excited to see kind of how that changes and grows and how other teams pick that up.
Yeah, no, I think that's so cool. I feel like we've talked about that on this podcast before. Like, I think we've like talked about like how cool would it be if they had stuff that like, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe we haven't.
I mean, maybe it gives maybe one day we'll be able to be a small sponsor for Williams, and then TGNF can be on one lap of a race. It'll just be TGNF.
Absolutely. That's the dream.
That is the dream.
That's why we have new branding, is because we have to be able to put our logo, our new logo on a car, obviously.
But yeah, I mean, testing is always fun. I think it's great. We kind of talked a little bit about last week with George feeling like it's not enough. But, you know, it's over, it's done, and it's race weekend, baby.
We have a race this weekend.
Let's
we have
go.
A live race. Like, we have a real live F1 race. I'm so excited.
Do you have any, like, predictions that you're thinking about?
I have a hope. I hope Charles does not win.
Because of the curse. Yeah, we're hoping for a Max win.
Whoever wins for the past, like, 5-6 plus years, whoever wins the first race of the season comes in P2 in the championship. So Charles shan't be winning this year.
Do you think they're all going to try and, like, not win? Because they know it's like a Bottas like starting 3 in Russia type of situation, where they're all going to be like, no.
I don't know, because I feel like it's been a curse for a while, but like people are still hyped about last year. Like I just feel like I don't think they're
like, we'll let Checo win the first race.
Yeah, right. Make Max win. Literally make Max win, and then someone else has to win the championship.
Hard.
Or have like Bottas win so that he can come in second in the championship, or have like one of the rookies.
Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have predictions. I would like to see Haas do really well. Like I think it's Haas's year. I think they have sponsors now. I think they're like starting to get more money. They're starting to get more investment. Like I'm excited to see where they go this season.
Yeah.
And I would love literally nothing more than to see them thrive.
Yeah, same. I think I'm looking forward to seeing Haas really succeed. And like selfishly, I like really want to see Nick DeVries do well. Not selfishly, because I think he deserves it, but like he's always kind of been around and like I'm eager for him. And obviously he got a point in his first, F1 debut in a Williams car. So like
in a Williams.
Let's see what he can do in a slightly better car.
Yeah. But I don't want him to do better than Yuki.
No.
Because then they'll get rid of you.
I know. I'm not ready to face that fact yet.
I'm nervous. You know what? You know who I'm putting good vibes out for our American Logan Sargent.
After he said
may be a Republican, but I will give good vibes. And yes, it is specifically because he said his hype song is "Lose Yourself" by Eminem,
which is featured on Kate's own helmet. So he would really Logan. I'll send him this design. We'll tag him in it and say, Logan, if you're actually looking for a helmet design, I have the one for you. We can switch out this French flag for an American flag too. And it'll be.
Do you hear the people singing the song of?
Well, he wouldn't like it because Republicans don't want us to revolt. No revolution. Yeah. I mean, let's see how he does. I guess we can't really hate him because he's a Republican. I don't know.
No, we can't.
We can't. Anyway, I'm also really eager to see how Piastri does. I was waiting on bated breath.
A long time to get there.
Just because, I just want to see. I'm not making any claims. I just want to see. Just want to see.
I'll be watching.
I'm watching. My eyes are peeled. I'm seeing.
My eyes gonna be on Piastri.
We're just seeing how he does.
I'm intrigued to see how he does. I hope we see a bounce back from Lewis this year.
He needs it.
I also don't think he's going to retire until that he has another good season. Yeah. So, get this man a bed. He was, not doing well last year. I feel like he was always injured and, not... the porpoising did not help his back. Nothing was really going Lewis's way last year. And so I was like, this man needs to be able to retire soon. And so we need to get him back on
Let him live. He's trying to pop out baby soon, so...
Please.
Give that man a break. With Kim K, exactly.
So we'll see. Do you have any other actual predictions?
I feel like George is going to be on the podium.
Yeah.
I feel like George is going to be on the podium. Alonso could surprise me.
I know.
And also be on the podium. But I feel like it's, I also would love, I'm Team Ferrari this year, so let's see. I'm getting my hopes up. For Team Ferrari.
I'm feeling good about them. I feel like Fred is really going to whip them into shape. I feel good. I feel cautiously optimistic.
So I'm rooting for Ferrari, and I feel like Fernando's going to be sneaky this weekend. So those are kind of my predictions. But again, hard to say, right? We just talked about sandbagging and testing. So it's I really need a first race under my belt to really get a strong sense. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens in Bahrain this weekend. And one of the last things I want to talk about is we got some promo. We got some promotional videos for the Vegas Grand Prix.
They were so good.
And I would just like to say, who the fuck did Charles hurt? Who did Charles offend? Who did this to him?
I loved it.
The way that literally every other driver just got to wear the glittery jacket. And then Charles is there in his fake Elvis wig.
Cosplay.
Literally with a visor. I was like, who?
Should we actually have Charles as an Elvis impersonator marry you and Nick in Vegas next year?
Yes.
Should we see if we can get that, if we could get him into a chapel and get him ordained so that he can dress up as Elvis and marry you guys in Vegas?
Yeah, and Nick and I can renew our vows
a
month later.
You're like, actually, Nick, can you put on the Elvis wig and actually marry me and Charles right now?
Now I'm thinking, should we do a T2NF wedding in Vegas? Get married at the little chapel and just invite everyone.
We did do the Bachelorette last year, so we might as well do the wedding this year. Only makes sense.
Everyone has to be a part of my nuptials.
Literally so funny. Yeah, I commented on the video and I was like, we absolutely need Charles to start speaking in an Austin Butler voice now. Like he has to just start speaking in a random voice that no one recognizes, and he just has to commit to the bit and say that that's his voice now.
I know, he has to.
I think it would be so funny.
There's literally like no way around it.
I just love it.
I would love to hear him try to do that with his accent. Like I would just like, I have to hear it.
It would be so funny. Like him talking with kind of like a very Southern drawl.
With his French
accent. No, that's something I would pay good money to hear. So Ferrari admin, if you're listening, please make it happen, okay?
Please make it happen.
Please and thank you.
There's not too much to talk about in the girls' room this week. I feel like I'll have a lot more to talk about next week once like we're back in the paddock and we can see who's there. See if we should be watching Elena and Esteban. We'll see if she's there this weekend. Who knows? But the one thing
he did like a recent photo of her.
Okay. They're so weird. They're so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Should be watching or not. But the one thing that I will say this week is that Kika is in Hawaii right now doing an EF, like those like EF ultimate vacation, like study abroads or something. Yeah,
I get so many ads for those on TikTok now. I'm like, I'm too old. I'm aged out.
They just see our two girls content and they're like, they're young. So Kika's doing the one in Hawaii, which is interesting because Louisa did the one in Hawaii back this past fall.
Oh, she did.
And it's funny because everyone says that Kika looks exactly like Louisa when she does. So like, it's very just kind of like funny to me.
Interesting. So, I didn't know that was an international thing. I thought only that was like a US based program. The more you know. We're the real ones. We did people to people. We were the OGs. We did people to people. We were the OGs back in the day. Okay. Now, if you weren't fucking with
President Dwight D. Eisenhower,
if you weren't fucking with people to people, where were you at?
Where were you at? In America, and not going abroad to meet children. People to people.
Oh, that's my favorite, like, connecting fact about you and me that we both did. This, like, the most, like, I didn't know anyone else. Like, I knew no one else who even knew about this program.
I barely knew about it when I went on it. I, like, didn't even know what it was.
Same. Yeah.
What a weird concept.
So weird.
That is where I got my first boyfriend, though. So I had good memes. That'll be the most romantic relationship that I'll ever have.
Not me. I was the chubbiest little sixth grader. Absolutely no dice for me.
I was just after seventh grade, and actually I lost like 20 pounds on that trip because we were walking so much. That's all we were doing.
Came back
was walking.
Ozempic who? Just go on people to people.
Just maybe walk once or twice. And I got so skinny on the trip. I didn't get so skinny, but I was way skinnier after that trip than I was beforehand. But I started dating a boy. He asked me to be his girlfriend.
Was this before the trip or like during the trip?
No, it was on the trip.
Okay. Because obviously you have to like see these people a lot before you go on the trip.
Yeah, we didn't do that a lot.
Oh.
We didn't do too many bonding things beforehand. But so he asked me to be his girlfriend on a gondola ride.
So romantic. Wow. Okay, yeah, Nick.
It was a private gondola ride. And then I got my first ever kiss at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, bitch.
So that's the most romantic relationship I'll ever be in, and Nick just can't compete.
No.
We went to Paris and he wouldn't even take me on the excursion that brought you on the Eiffel Tower.
I'm dead. Where do you
like, I can't live up.
Do you know where he is now?
We can talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to put anyone on blast.
No, you don't have to say his name or anything. I'm just curious. You do know where he is now?
I don't know exactly where he is, but I do think I heard a rumor that he is batting for the other team now. Which makes sense because all he wanted to do on the trip was go shopping with me. And he was super romantic as a 7th grader. So
I'm screaming. I love that. Okay.
He also did kind of tell me what to wear some days. He would be like, that shirt doesn't go with those things. And so I would change. So I feel like I should have seen this coming. I also did have to block him when I got home because, I was 11, right? I was not prepared to have a boyfriend. I was also an immature 11-year-old, and I was fat. So I was I wasn't very self-confident. I was I had never even talked to a boy basically this year. And so I got home. And we're on the airplane home, and I'm so nervous, and I'm kind of embarrassed that I have a boyfriend. I don't want to tell my parents, and so I decided I'm breaking up with him. He doesn't live in my town. He lives kind of far away. So I tell him I'm too busy for a boyfriend, and I break up with him. And he was like, "Well, can we still talk on the phone? Can we still be friends?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And so I give him my home phone number because I didn't have a cell phone at the time yet. I shit you not, get home from the airport and this kid's calling me already. Calling my home phone.
Stage 5 clinger.
He literally called me 10 times a day for 2 straight weeks. And I literally had to be stop calling my phone. Stop calling my house. This is embarrassing. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm over you. I'm over you. And then I got a cell phone, and he got my number, and specifically, I got my parents to let me get a cell phone when I got back from this trip, so that I could still talk to my friends from the trip all the time. And so I got a cell phone, and I had to block him because he texted me too much. That he was running my bill up, and he was calling me all the time, and I was I only pay for 40 texts a month. You remember you would have to pay for a certain number. I was and you would have to write novels because you would have to get all your thoughts into you had to get 100 texts worth into one text.
Yeah.
But he texted me so much he would run my plan over every month, and so I had to block him.
Damn.
That's the first person I ever had to block.
Damn.
He was also my first boyfriend.
Wow.
The highs and lows.
Really fell from grace. I'm dead to that.
And I think that's where my relationship trauma comes from.
You really got on bags with your therapist next week.
I haven't had a successful relationship from then until I've met Nick. So maybe it's to get into a relationship. I was gotta cut this off before they get too fucking clingy, and I have to block them. I'm gonna run my phone bill.
I'm dead to that. Okay, yeah. All right, we gotta cut this. Because we're getting long. We're gonna do a manifest minute. I think we still can't do a manifest minute.
Nicole cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Yes, you did. I go in. Background info is that Nicole is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan on the face of the planet, and Carly just texted and said how the Manny so obviously the Jonas Brothers are doing some Broadway shows in a couple weeks, and you had to sign up for a verified fan pre-sale, and so Nicole and I both signed up, and I looked at our agenda for today, and it's a manifest from Carl, aka most likely Carly, Nicole's roommate, and it says From Carl. My roommate is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan, and I need her to get tickets for their Broadway show this week. She's been a fan forever and really deserves this. Her kindness knows no bounds, and she'd do anything for her friends. We just want to see her loyalty pay off. And I literally opened the agenda and I texted Nicole. I said, be so fucking for real right now.
I'm sorry to cut everyone else out who emailed us, but this is top priority for me right now, okay?
Top priority, but also Nicole and I both did get emails during the course of this podcast that says we're both on the wait list.
You know what? That's karma for me. That's karma for me because I tried to cheat this at the Manifest Minutes. I'm so upset. If anyone is listening who has any sort of connection to the Jonas Brothers, please get in contact with me and Kate because Kate will be here and we're trying to go and I'm trying. You guys don't understand. I almost took the bus from Boston to New York City in 2012 when they briefly got back together. Because I was like, guys, what if this is my last shot? Unfortunately, I was just a freshman in college at the time and I didn't have any money. So I couldn't make it work. And I have been regretful ever since. And so I've just been trying to get this they announced these Broadway tour tickets and I was like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? So I'm about to pull out all the stops. So if you can help me out here, do a girl a favor. If you're like, hey, I'm going to pay it forward. I can't be there, but I can help you be there. Please let me know. I'll do anything. Whatever you want. You just name the price.
So unfortunately, we don't have a Manifest Minute this week. Because
I want you guys all to no, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now, imagine it's 1 week, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
I'm in town.
Kate's in town. It is right. March 14th. And it is opening night for the Jonas Brothers. They are playing OG Jonas Brothers album on Broadway. And what do you know? Kate and Nicole are there. They've somehow conned their way into getting Jonas Brothers tickets. How that happens is to be seen. Maybe they get lucky. One of us gets off the wait list. Maybe we get through the queue on regular on sale days. Maybe Ticketmaster doesn't fuck this to high heavens. Okay. And there are tickets for sale on regular sale day. We don't know yet. Okay. We're not thinking about specifics on that yet. We're thinking of the end goal and we're sat. We are seated. We are sat.
We are sat.
And we are fucking opening lines to SOS and we're just like so fucking lit.
Who runs up on stage? Big Rob.
That's burning up. So unfortunately that is another album. That's okay though. I can also stand in. We've talked about this. Either way, I'm throwing my bra on stage that I have puffy painted with my phone number on it. March 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, or 18th. Okay? Bet your bottom dollar. All right, now breathe in. Breathe out.
Now let's move forward in that timeline, and you guys do whatever you can to get us to that show. Just abusing.
Do you guys have an uncle who knows a guy who does set stuff? Like, I don't know, okay? If you know someone who knows someone who knows someone, please let me know. Because I would like to know them too. And on that note, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be chatting with you guys throughout the weekend, first race weekend. Nicole and I will be back together before you know it. Not that any of you care.
They do care.
We'll be back for a podcast next week, but until then,
we love you. We'll see you on the internet. Bye.
Bye.